Okay guys, we are talking budget and how to minute budget blowouts today. You're going to want to hear this. Hi, I'm Carissa from Refurb to Invest. Welcome to another episode of Monday Morning Insights. Now, I'm super pumped because we've been planning lots of blueprints this week, which means lots of planning, documentation, getting quotes, checking quotes, and doing budgets for our clients. And it led me to bring this information to you because I want to make sure that I can help others minimize their budget blowout. Now, it's really easy to jump into a reno halfway through being like, how did we spend 20 grand more than what we said we're going to spend? How is it not gone? How have we now spent this? How did we get to here? What happened? What do I do now? There's another cost that we didn't factor in. How do I finish my reno and get this done? And I see it everywhere. So many projects that I've seen, properties even get sold and they've stopped the reno because they ran out of money and then they've gone to sell. And then I've had people ring me to say, I'm looking at this property that's been half renoed. So let's go through some key points that can help you minimize your blowout and be on top of your reno. Okay, so first thing is know exactly what you're trying to achieve with your renovation and exactly what you want. Now, is it a rental property and your whole intention is to get more rental? So then you've got a maximum you can invest to get that more rental and you've got to cover off these areas. Are you trying to sell it and you can get $200 grand more in profit, but you need to cover off these areas in the most strategic way to maximize your profit? Or are you a dream home and you want to put in some good money to create the exact home you've always wanted? So know exactly what your outcome is. What are you trying to achieve? What outcome are you trying to achieve? Because that will make a difference to how you set your budget, how you source your items, and so forth. So one, know exactly what you're trying to achieve and what you want. Are you emotionally attached that you want to spend a bit more, or are you on a very strict budget? So you need to map everything out item by item. So that's first thing. Second thing, we want to make sure we have all the documentation that we want to explain what we want and how we want it all mapped out. Don't have trades come to site and you're pointing to, well, I just want to redo this bathroom in the same layout, just what's here. And then you've got a trade going, oh, yep, I can do that. And then their quote is not including most of the things because you forgot to mention the detail. So make sure you do your research and you know what you want out of that bathroom and you document it. These wall tiles, these floor tiles, this for the feature wall, this for the niche, this color grout, this type of vanity, wall hung or legs. So I want the plumbing moved or I don't. I want it in this location, this size. I've already drawn it. Here's all the details. So you can minimize it not getting priced correctly. You don't want an estimate. You want an exact price. Which leads me to number 3, source your trades, ask for recommendations from friends and family, check your local Facebook pages, look for trades that have been recommended and ask them for references and get at least 2 to 3 quotes. But give them your documentation, and if they don't give you their quote detailed, then that would be a red flag. If they don't give you half the detail that's on your documentation, that would be a red flag, because if they're missing even writing half of the quote properly, then what are they going to miss when they're on your site? So think about that. Think about the character of the trade you're talking to. And when you've got them on site, get a feel for them. Are you feeling like they're honest? Ask them some questions. Ask them things that you may actually know, but get their feedback. So you can tell whether he's just talking out of his backside or he or she, because there's trades of many female and male these days. I work with both. But check that you can feel, do they know what they're actually talking about? And are they licensed? Are they qualified? How long have they been in business? Do your background check. That's really crucial. Then when you get all your quotes in, make sure you are cross-checking line per line. Now that is so crucial, because if you just get a quote and you're like, oh, yep, great, yep, let's go ahead, and you haven't checked that, for example, they didn't include tile to ceiling with no cornice, you're thinking they have, and they're really only doing a tile border, which I've had happen to people that have called me after they've had a whole lot of quotes from people and halfway through their reno to then help them. But there was detail missing from the quote, so they missed half the scope, which meant variation after variation when the work started. Because once that trade is starting that work, you can't really go, well, I don't want to work with you anymore. Can you stop halfway through waterproofing and go away? You've already started. You've already got the contract. So you need them to have everything that you need included. So ask them more and more details when they're quoting to make sure that you're getting everything included and what potential variations could be there. The only variations that should ever come up in your project is unforeseen. If a variation has come up because you forgot to tell them, oh, I really, really wanted a wall niche, and they go, yep, that's another $500. And you're like, oh crap, I forgot to put it in the negotiation at the beginning, then that's your fault. So know exactly what you want, draw it up, detail it out, and get everything quoted so it's all within what you want, and you can negotiate it at the first round, not during your project when you then have power given to your trades. Guys, these are crucial in minimizing your blowout in the beginning and minimizing blowouts during your project. So take time to go through this in detail. Take time to understand what you're trying to achieve. Set a realistic budget. Get the right trades in. Give them the right data. And then cross-check every single line of that quote. Guys, I hope this helps you with planning your next renovation. We do this every day with our blueprints. That's why we love it. And we are such pros at it. So please take your time, do due diligence, and happy renovating.